Hey everyone, welcome to Thursday with Pastor Dan. Today we will be doing Psalm 40. Let us be attentive to a word from the psalmist. I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the desolate pit, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. Happy are those who make the Lord their trust, who do not turn to the proud, to those who go astray after false gods. You have multiplied, O Lord my God, your wondrous deeds and your thoughts towards us. None can compare with you. Were I to proclaim and tell to them, they would be more than can be counted. Sacrifice and offering you do not desire, but you have given me an open ear. Burnt offering and sin offering you have not required. Then I said, Here I am. In the scroll of the book it is written of me. I delight to do your will, O my God. Your law is within my heart. I have told the glad news of deliverance in the great congregation. See, I have not restrained my lips, as you know, O Lord. I have not hidden your saving help within my heart. I have spoken to your faithfulness and your salvation. I have not concealed your steadfast love and your faithfulness from the great congregation. Do not, O Lord, withhold your mercy from me. Let your steadfast love and your faithfulness keep me safe forever. For evils have encompassed me without number. My iniquities have overtaken me. Until I cannot see, they are more than the hairs on my head, and my heart fails me. Be pleased, O Lord, to deliver me. O Lord, make haste to help me. Let all those be put to shame and confusion who seek to snatch away my life. Let those be turned back and brought to dishonor who desire my hurt. Let those be appalled because of their shame who say to me, Aha, aha. But may all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who love your salvation say continually, Great is the Lord. As for me, I am poor and needy, but the Lord takes thought for me. You are my help and my deliverer. Do not delay, O my God. There's a lot in these 17 verses, and sometimes can be a struggle with this because sometimes it feels unfair. This psalmist talks about being lifted up, being pulled from the depths of the pit, from despair, from the struggle, and then singing about it. And it's sometimes hard because we have friends and relatives and strangers who do not, it seems, receive that or feel that in the way that we do. This psalm is gratitude. It's the help for the helpless. It's the psalmist recognizing that God is there, that God's present and stoops down and is active and engaged. And sometimes it's incredibly hard to see. And I don't know if that's because God's actions seem small or the movement of God and the Spirit of God is subtle in ways that it changes us and changes the world around us, and then we are supposed to rejoice and be in it. But sometimes it's hard to see, and the psalmist starts with, I waited patiently for the Lord. The waiting game. I waited patiently for the Lord. Luke Powery wrote this Lenten reflection on the spirituals called Were You There? And one of the old, let me find it here. Well, it's an old slave song, and it's called, Oh Brothers Don't Get Weary. Oh brothers don't get weary. Oh brothers don't get weary. Oh brothers don't get weary, we're waiting for the Lord. We'll land on Canaan's shore, we'll land on Canaan's shore. When we land on Canaan's shore, we'll meet forevermore. Song sung, an old slave song, sung by people who are in the greatest of oppressive situations, waiting on God, waiting on the Lord. Sometimes it feels like for a very long time, and sometimes it's a short time. But what they knew then, and the psalmist knew then, trying to remind us, is that it's worth it. That wait that patient waiting, that anticipatory work we do as we wait. And it's, like I've said many times in sermons, it's not just a passive waiting, but it's an active, engaged waiting, looking, seeking. The psalmist says, for those who seek the Lord, seek, look, wait. In that waiting, we are still working to see God, to feel God. And God puts a new song in our mouth, the psalmist says, song of praise. As Lent continues on, I encourage us to find ways to actively wait, to actively engage in the work of God. Now, as we wait for those moments for God to impact us. God stoops down because God hears our cries. God hears us, the psalmist says, and I believe that. But it doesn't mean we can just sit idly in our waiting. There is crying out. There is crying out both with our voices and our lives as we cry out for ourselves and for one another. As we speak out, as we work and do the good work of the kingdom. As Lent continues, as we wait, as we look, as we watch, may we all be blessed with the new song that God puts in each of our mouths, one of praise. Blessings.